Alright. Saw some hearts somewhere. Appreciate that. But okay, today we're playing another entry into Private Idol Volume 1. This is going to be one of those very out there entries, but we are. It's no relation to Private Idol from the anime series we watched a while back. That is to say, a week ago, probably. Alright. I don't know when this came out, but this is Volume 1, featuring Kinoshita Yuu. I'm just gonna call her Yuu. Just to make it a little bit more simpler on me. Oh god. Hope I'm not too loud. Alright, look. I already missed my placement. I think this would be not settings. Bonus. Video store. Photo gallery. Credits? Announcements. Alright, so we're gonna go from here. The Private Idol series is a series of virtual magazines, I guess, featuring... There's like 20 volumes of these featuring individual... I don't know how you would even pronounce the word in English, but it's like gravure models. Gravure. I already forgot what the short form is in Japanese, but it is what it is. These are idols, let's leave it at that. But what gravure is, it's... What's the button? I hope that was it. Okay. X. These types of models are pretty much not adult models per se, but they do feature in a lot of cosplay and risque photo shoots. They do solo shoots. You know, AV is what you're kind of looking for if you're looking for something more explicit. Gravure is more into the art form, I guess, the professional sense of, I guess, adult model in a way, so to speak. So yeah, if you're looking for something more explicit, then this wouldn't really be it. This is more for like cosplaying and, you know, little clothing or like more showing off outfits and whatnot kind of thing. It's still geared towards a male market. What does that mean? You're not going to translate? Favorite and chef's choice. Outdoor studio. What does that say? Nothing, but it's not translating. Alright. So there's 20 of these. We went over volume 10 probably a while, way back. I forgot who was in it. That's the wrong button, by the way. Alright, just click on whatever happens. Alright, still photo shoots. Alright, outdoor photo shoot. Okay, I have to click on each one individually. There's some info down there. Alright, she's talking about actresses. Might have to mute for a second, but read about some of these stats here for the people that like the 3 measurements. I can't do much with centimeters, mind you. Alright, I don't know how many pictures there are. I don't know. There should be a way to change around. No, that's not a button. This can't be all of them. I'm pretty sure there's always more. If only... Wait, that's not a button either. Oh, there we go. Okay. Just give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Alright. Gonna reach a point where I'll be downloading some of these many months down the line and condensing them, cutting out a lot of these little filler breaks, intros, outros, all that stuff. But yeah. Last time we had a couple photo shoots, maybe like a couple hundred maybe pictures in each one, and featuring a interview style FMV of the idol. I guess, yeah, they're idols. You can call them models too. It's kind of the same thing. You know, idols have a more wide connotation in Japan. Really gotta get used to these controls. I gotta wait till I get the Saturn controller so we can do this a little bit easier. But I'm sad there's no zoom in function. That's the only thing. Anyway, there's nothing too explicit in these. It's just gonna be basic. The most you're gonna get is like swimsuit photo shoots. So, you know, don't hold out for too much. Curve your expectations for anybody watching for that kind of reason. These are pretty tame photo shoot, I guess. What would you call them? Little magazines, little digital magazines in a way. This is certainly a more otaku game that you'd probably get. And it's just a relaxing day of seeing you here with two U's, mind you. There is a difference between a U with one U and two U's, but you know. We're not getting into that right now. I think we've cycled around. Maybe not, actually. Yeah, there's like 20 of these, and I guess you can pick out a favorite back in the day. I mean, these are what, the 90s, 97, 96? I wouldn't know any of these, obviously. Well before my time in knowing this kind of industry. But we can still appreciate some of these idols, I guess. Got some great... I don't know if she chose the clothes or if they were chosen. It doesn't really matter. They look pretty good. That is to say, she looks pretty good. The end of this may have been about 30 years ago, and she must be in her 50s and 60s by now. That's just the way it goes with some of these things that we look at here, unfortunately. Or not, I guess. A lot of people in the East tend to age a little bit slower. I happen to have that predisposition, fortunately or unfortunately, depending on who you're asking, obviously. A lot of big words today, but I really like those purple shades. Not that bad. Love that. I've only got, like, aviators. I guess I have some sunglasses somewhere, some sleek-looking shades, but I do prefer aviators overall. I guess it's just kind of slick looking. This was the outdoor photo shoot, so I guess, yeah, we're expecting a lot of outdoors. I don't know where she is either. The supplementary info didn't really give me anything to go off of. But if I was an otaku in 1997, and one of my favorite gravure models did a photo shoot for my favorite console, the Sega Saturn, then I guess I'd really be here. You know, we look at things like the DS, maybe kind of the Game Boy Advance, the Wii, mostly. I know it's a lot of Nintendo consoles that get a lot of this shit. But there's a lot of shovelware on those consoles. But not like some of these old consoles that had some shovelware, but they also had a lot of oddities, especially in Japan. What other console do you know has games like this? Which aren't really games, more like digital magazines, little magazines. Even like the ones like Anime Freak for PC effects that we were looking at. That's pretty unique in and of itself. I've also seen, like I said, with the Puffy music CD, which had... It was just a preview of, or not a preview, like a full 2 music videos and some mini games. Just, I guess the band, Amiyumi decided to have, you know, a little game disc, just because. I don't know. Like if Breaking Benjamin asked Bungie back in the day to make him a little disc with a couple of their music videos and some karaoke or something. Anyway. Getting a little varied stuff here. I thought it was going to fit a theme or something, but these are just different swimsuits. I don't know what you want me to say, honestly. He's got a great figure, I guess. Or I guess had this, you know, this was 30 years ago. I gotta remember some of these are past tense when I'm talking. Hey, you can tell it's the 90s. If the quality didn't give it away, the clothing styles, I guess, the swimsuit styles. They've got a very distinct look to them. I want to say it's the... I can't go anymore. I want to say it's wrong button. I can't... Just hold a thought for a second. But apart from the sundresses and all that, this one's more of a tight dress? What would you call this? It's a very skinny dress. I don't know what you would call it completely. I don't think it fits as a sundress. I think that would be more kind of like this, although this is more of a... this is something else. But you know what I mean. Very 90s looking fashion choices, like the color on this dress here. You don't see that much nowadays. Bodycon, would that be it? That's the name of a explicit game back in the day, which we may play someday. But yeah, it's for the swimsuits. It's the high cut look to it. That you don't see that much nowadays. That's not a thing. I think. I'm pretty sure. And no, it's not an excuse to just come back here and look at all these pictures again. I'm telling you. I do wish we had more, like, wide pictures, not portrait, because you can't see much, you can't zoom in, that kind of sucks. I'll take a look at that second option in the end, because I don't know what that is. Wrong button. And the music's not that bad. I can turn it up if you want. Also, there's a dog. I just saw that. Thought it was interesting. Alright, this is more of what gravure modeling kind of looks like. If you were wondering. You know, Japan still has a big, very big industry for selling physical goods and media for this kind of thing. People still buy magazines with pretty women in them. Unlike here, obviously. Yeah, it's a very 90s looking image. I gotta wonder if these are exclusive to this disc, or if they were taken out of some magazine. Because they do have agencies, they do have like little different magazine publishers that they do stuff with. At least nowadays. I don't know about back then, obviously. I wasn't in this industry back in 96, 97. I do wish YouTube let you tag. You automatically type in a hashtag and automatically, yeah, it automatically finishes it for you. I wish it did that in Japanese so I can tag these properly and maybe get some extra viewership on that. I'm sure they would know more. More than me, obviously. This one doesn't look that bad, actually. Very nice swimsuit. I can vibe with the mesh. It looks like it's got different colors too. Now, if only I could get a better look, obviously. But yeah, this is kind of what you'd expect from a lot of these magazines in the gravure business and the models. Again, it's very, I wouldn't say very rare, but it's not super common. You gotta find specific publishers to look for something with little to no clothing. It'll get pretty close, but not too extreme. That's not really the point. Their censorship laws still exist, but there's some that don't really adhere to that. I guess they're just published in like a different country, but still use Japanese everything. You know what I mean. And we gotta talk about these kinds of things. Kind of what the whole point of this industry and disc is. If anything, we're talking about the history of this type of modeling, which I would say hasn't been a thing in the US or the West overall in a really long time. You know? It's a whole discussion as well about how accepted porn is overall, and just graphic violence in the West. You know, you put it in a video game or something and all of a sudden it's crazy. Very big shifts in ethics and priorities in the US or the West overall, and I really hate it. So, and that's one of the main differences in Japan. They take these things very serious. You know, they're not well, they're not porn actresses overall. They're actual models. They're could be actresses. They could do other things too. They could also just be musical idols as well. But they take it very seriously. It's an actual profession. They put work into it. I hit the wrong button. Right back in. Guess we're skipping around because I forgot where we were. She looks pretty good. These were some pretty good shoots, not gonna lie. I mean, is there more for me to say? But I didn't have anybody's attention, anybody lurking, then I guess this is kind of the stream for them to actually pay attention and look at the screen instead of doing something in the background. That's the last page. Alright. Does that say anything? No? No, not really. I'm assuming it's credits, what she was in. I can barely read it because of the AI translation. One of these days I'm going to get a full, better working translation system than this one, and we're going to have a hell of a good time playing some of these games. Alright, looks like some behind the scenes, kinda. At least got a little bit more quality. What is this? But yeah, these kind of idols do have their own followings. They are pretty big deals. Like I said, they're proper professions. These are the kind of things you'd see in young men's like bedrooms all over the world, all over Japan, I should say, more like. I keep doing that. Alright, this time. There we go. You can see some different lighting here. A little bit more lighter, more light. Still one of the other shoots we saw before, so this should be like some behind the scenes, yeah, kinda thing. Got another model doing a photo shoot in the back. Yeah, it's a pretty nice swimsuit. The mesh looks really nice. It's very unique as well. But yeah, something like that. Albeit with more seriousness and less focus on just being pornographic for the hell of it. Can't really see it, but I'm pretty sure I had a camera like that somewhere, sometime, way back when. And a phone like that, too. Kinda glad to say I never actually, well, I have seen and used, like, rotary, like a little rotary dial phone, but just for the hell of it, because I thought it was fun and I thought it looked cool. Nice boots there. Looks like a hotel or I'm analyzing the whole picture, like, it really matters, but kind of what we're here for. That last picture, he's really, well, had a nice figure, still has. What is this, a dress? Like, it's like an overcoat of sorts? Very nice leg exposure, and I gotta see more of the outfit, but I guess I'm not going to, apparently. There's only 2 pictures. Not bad. Yeah, I guess that's it for that outfit, I guess. Got some... whatever that is. I was gonna say waffle, but that wouldn't really make any sense, but they are eating something and I don't know what it is. This could just be backstage too, like... little rest area. Clean water. Back when it was actually clean and not, you know, half plastic, half fake nutrients. He's getting dressed in the back. What a great picture they just took. Might be writing some autographs or like signing some, what would you call them? Not vinyls, some pictures. What the fuck are those called? Anyway, got the bento box. Nice to see some behind the scenes footage. A lot of games you do these, kind of like Halo 1 and 2 behind the scenes. That's a very 90s shirt Mr. Cameraman has there. Holy shit. There's a pretty picture. But yeah, one of those physical pictures, you know, the ones you get a shake to expose. Forgot what they were called. Haven't seen one in a long ass time. In person, anyway, is what I should say. This doesn't look too bad. Trying to figure out it. Looks like she's wearing a dress, or she could not be wearing anything below that. This is one of those like silk things they put around you. Anyway, looks nice. But yeah, Polaroid. They do. I know they still do that. I know a lot of OnlyFans girls copy that. Don't ask me how I know, but they sign them and then they send them out for money. But I know a lot of them do that in this business. Specifically, you know, it's one of those collectors things. Very regal. Can't tell if it's see-through. It kind of is. Looks weird a little bit. But hey, we got a golden retriever. I will say this looks like... I wouldn't want to say Midwest, but I have seen this. I can go I could go 10 minutes any which road right now, and I'll see this. So, this looks very southern. Maybe not too south, not too Floridian, but maybe a little bit. Maybe like the outskirts of the metropolitan areas in Florida, but definitely southern look to it. I wouldn't think this was Japanese at all. But then again, this could be some countryside that I just don't know about. But nice retriever. Love golden animals here. I don't think the dog really wanted to be there. I think it was just trying to go run or something. Anyway. Got another one. Standing at attention. Clearly a little bit more trained. That or they had something on the camera, you never know. But these are some nice shots. Who doesn't like seeing any of this? I guess the car might look Japanese. Interesting layout though. And I don't know what we're looking at. This might be like a bath, probably. But who knows? Oh, those are eels or fish. These are very low quality images they put on this disc. So it's a little bit hard to see too much. But I can recognize gambling when I see it. Not much else to say about that. We'll play some gambling games, some poker style games someday. Again, not opposed to any of that. Colleen, this looks like a picture I would have in an old album from like the early 2000s. And it makes me feel happy seeing it. This chick's gotta be a model for some other agency from like the US or something, I don't know. I kinda wish some of these had like names or titles or something. But there's not many buttons. They look really good there too. And there, I guess, as well. Alright, we got some spooky shit. Be like a convention, more like a event. Got a really nice outfit too. Not the clown, obviously. Gotta be stockings with like long boots, like knee high. Thing for the people like that, I guess. What am I looking at here? I guess they're still carrying her. Gotta be some sort of celebration. Maybe she went abroad. It would be like Mardi Gras or some shit like that, would it? Now you got me thinking. We saw the southern-looking backyard. Not like they don't travel either, obviously. They don't just stay in Japan every time. Most of them do, obviously. I think the most they'll go to is like Okinawa, and that's it. For the beach vibes and the pictures, but... Now they might go anywhere else. Aside from that. If only I could tell. It's probably just fish, obviously. If I could give a little bit more detail, that'd be great. Not exactly hungry right now. But it is nice seeing food. Nice seeing any picture from decades ago. And again, this was probably exactly like 30 years ago. Alright, let's check out this second option right here. Let's see what it's about. Maybe something changes? No, I just hit the wrong button. That's all that's gonna happen. Okay. Oh, these are slideshows. Very fast slideshows, holy shit. Okay, so yeah, these are just the same pictures we've already seen, but in a slideshow format. I don't know, I know why you would want that. They're kind of too fast, to be honest. But alright. Let's see, what do we have in the next? Some interviews of sorts, some videos, let's see.
Kinoshita Yuu です。1974年8月8日生まれの B 型です。出身地は福岡県福岡市で、ラーメンで有名な長浜のすぐ近くなんですよ。とですね、あとチャームポイントはお酒も飲めるこの素敵な鎖骨です。好きな動物は家でも飼ってるんですけど、このワンちゃん、犬が大好きで、これはパグ犬のボスと言います。趣味は今日もやってるネイルアート、それから料理をすることなんですけれども、みんなから見ると私なんて料理なんて絶対できないような、そんな風に見えます。でも実はお料理上手なんです。皆さんも一回食べに来てください。
Alright. I'm assuming it's an introduction of sorts. I guess has a dog and get married or something. I don't know. Just going off of like body language and cues. Look, if this has subtitles, that'd be kind of better. But I guess they weren't expecting anybody from the West to ever look at this or have any interest in it. Surprising, I know. Well, let's see the next one. For prosperity, I guess.
某雑誌のゲームアイドルナンバーワン、木下優が今ハマっているゲームは落ち物パズル、それからですね、街を作っていくゲームにハマっています。この前ロサンゼルスに行ったんですけれども、機内でずっと私はその落ち物パズルにハマってました。でもハマってるだけじゃなくて、飛行機酔いまでしてしまうというおまけ付き、すっごいそんな状況に陥ってしまいました。ゲームセンターもたまには行くんですけれども、ゲームセンターに行くとエアホッケーなどの体を動かす方のゲームをします。あとはですね、お家にセガサターンとかプレイステーション、いろんなゲームもあります。皆さん面白いゲームがあったら木下優まで教えてくださいね。
You know, I wonder if they asked her to say something difficult at the end or something. But I'm guessing she's actually just going through her own introduction, trying to get it all in one take. And yeah, I gotta say, you know, she's got a bit of a messy hair going, it looks a little bit natural. Pretty good. Pretty good, she got it, I guess. That's all I could say. Not a fan of the dress. I don't remember exactly what the texture of the dress is, what it's made from exactly, but I'm not a fan of it myself. But we'll leave it at that. Anyway, the next video, which is not titled... Translate, please. Introductions, yes. It says image. I don't know what that means. I hit the wrong button. I've been playing too many games that switch around circle and X. Anyway. Yeah, there's not going to be anything explicit on this one. She seems to be more of a tame gravure model. As far as this disc is concerned, I could look her up and find some material, and it would not be appropriate for YouTube. But these discs have, I think, a yellow rating, which back then on the Sega Saturn, that would have been like for teens, kinda. Although it could have been green, which is just like E for everyone. I think this system was only used for the Sega Saturn, if I remember correctly. I haven't seen it anywhere else. I used a number, or not a number, a color scheme to denominate ratings. But yeah, these are all pretty tame. They should be E for everyone, so there's no issue showing any of this. Alright, no voice lines or anything. This looks... Like I said, she's got it. What else can I say? I guess it's called image because I think these would be stop motion. I think that's what they're trying to go for. Certainly what it looks like. I doubt. Okay, maybe it could just be that the camera is pretty shitty and the FMV isn't really doing any favors, but the previous videos look pretty smooth to me, so this could be actually a different format. You know, I'm not gonna knock it down for anything. And yeah, that's a very 90s style. That wasn't a swim. That wasn't swimwear. That was underwear. Yeah, that's very 90s looking. As far as the bottoms go, like I said, you don't see many high cut anything nowadays. If anything, you see a lot of low cut bottoms overall nowadays. That's not counting sagging, which I think went out of style years ago as well. I guess we're talking about women specifically right now. Let's see, is this the rock, paper, scissors? Yes. Boy, am I not gonna remember what the hell any of that is. Oh no, wait, they put it there, but I don't know which button is which on my controller. So. Yes. Am I supposed to follow her? Oh god. If I don't know which button is which, we're gonna have a problem. Oh, we're really gonna have a problem here. Okay, what am I doing? Why are we not translating that text in the middle? You know, if you win this, you get a little... yes? I don't... No? This is super difficult. If I knew the buttons. I have to come back to this when I have my Sega Saturn controller. So we can actually look at the secret thing that's coming up. If you get 3 right on this. At least that's what the page said. I don't know. Well, anyway, I'd like to see some more fashion stuff as well. See just how much they're coming back, because I don't mind the whole high cut bottoms overall. Alright, we're never beating this. How do I get out of this? How do I get out of this minigame? I can't. She's not letting me go. Hey, we got 1. I guessed, and we got 1. But nothing much is going on. I'm gonna see if we can beat this by mashing buttons somehow. Either way, I do find a bit of a... I have a fascination with a lot of fashion in games and like media that I see. I tend to point it out. It's not really anything related, but I did take a fashion class in high school. Really taught me how to use a sewing machine back in the day. It was the best one in the class, but that's not really saying much. Considering it was a small class and I spent like half of it sleeping, but it was the last elective that I had in high school, so I had a lot of opportunities to just sit around and bullshit while learning some fashion sense and color theory. So if you see me harping on about clothing and different styles, then I guess that's that. I didn't really start caring about fashion and color matching theory or just color theory in general, and different fabrics and whatnot. After that, or before that, I'm talking a lot, and I'm trying to just mash buttons until we win. But you know, I might say some incoherent bullshit here and there. Okay, no, we're definitely winning this, one way or the other. Even if I have to keep mashing buttons. One of these is going to be correct. Watch. One of these is going to be correct. We've already got 2. And I want to see what the hell we get for getting 3 in a row. Okay, so it's some sort of rock, paper, scissors, but I don't know what the arrows are for. I feel like we're losing somehow. Somehow. Some way. Oh hey, we did it. And we get achievements too, because I guess they come with... It's surprising to me that Retro Achievements has achievements for this. Oh hey, it's our reward. I'll take it. If anybody's lurking now and not paying attention, putting this in the background, you might look now. If you want to see something nice. It pays off to play rock, paper, scissors properly. There's gotta be a trick to it as well. I've never really cared about playing too well. I just figured it's just randomness. But then again, all these kind of games are just probability. Not that you're gonna sit there and calculate probability on the fly, but I'm sure there's people good as hell at playing rock, paper, scissors. I'm just not one of them. Oh, I'm satisfied. Got my money's worth out of that. What do we have now? What is this? Title screen, yeah, but... Oh, it's the upcoming Volume 2. I didn't get to translate that. I think. These might just be the credits, too. It said Volume 2. It looks kind of different. A nice suit looking. That's a nice look. I don't think we're going to be playing Volume 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, 6 anytime soon. I'd like to kind of keep them separate. Her name was in the first slide. I just didn't get that translated properly. But I guess it doesn't really matter. We're not going to be able to see it anytime soon. I'm not going to go through all of the volumes all in a row. There's like 20 plus a few others. Alright, photography studio, these might be the credits. The kind of nice track in the background. Well, I guess that's it for this disc. This might be the credits because I don't think there's anything else to look at. So I'll save my outro until this is over then. There might have been one more option. We'll see. Or you know what, I guess, you know, until next time then. This was going to be short no matter what I do. It's enjoyable to me. Obviously. I do love these more obscure, quote-unquote, games for these old consoles. More so than just like a regular shovelware or like normal platformer that we play every now and then. But yeah, until next time, I guess. See what happens. I'll try to get into editing some stuff tomorrow. And we'll see what happens later. Goodbye. Hopefully there's nothing else after this. I don't have to keep talking, but we'll see.